Losing a pet is like losing a piece of your heart. If you're struggling with grief, you're not alone. At My Dog Died, we understand the pain and are here to support you. Visit us today and find comfort, guidance, and a community that cares. We received a letter from someone who has lost their pet and have allowed us to share their story so that it will help other listeners deal with the loss of their pet. Remember, if you like this video, please support us with a like, subscribe, and share. Hello, friends. I opened Neil's letter this morning, and even before I read the first sentence, I could feel the weight of what he was carrying. His words spilled out like rain over the Oregon hills, soft in places, fierce in others. And I could almost see Astra, the 6-year-old Pomeranian, who had been his constant companion. Don, I never thought I'd be writing to a website about losing my dog. I thought we had years ahead of us, but Astra's gone, and I can't make sense of it. Neil wrote about how Astra passed away just 2 weeks ago after being attacked at a doggie daycare. It was supposed to be a safe place, a couple of hours so he could run errands. But a bigger dog lunged, and the injuries were too severe. The vet did all they could. Neil's voice in the letter trembled through every sentence, part grief, part disbelief. He said he still catches himself listening for her tiny paws on the hardwood floor when the rain starts falling. The rain, it was Astra's joy. Neil described how she would dash outside whenever Oregon's skies opened, her little Pomeranian fur plastered down in uneven tufts, spinning in tight circles before darting down the yard. Most dogs run from the rain, Neil wrote, but Astra seemed to think it was made for her. He told me how neighbors would shake their heads and laugh as he stood under a hooded jacket, while Astra, soaked and grinning, refused to come in. She had a way of making soggy weather feel like a festival. We were a strange pair, Neil admitted. Me, a middle-aged guy in layers and boots. Her, a 4-pound diva who thought she could chase geese. She taught me to stop hurrying, to watch puddles form, to let myself be silly. He shared how Astra had been his anchor after his divorce. The quiet evenings when her warm weight on his lap was the only comfort that made sense, the mornings when her excited yips coaxed him out of bed even when the world felt heavy. She was his constant, not just a pet, but the heartbeat that kept his days in rhythm. The day after Astra's passing, Neil said he wandered the house, touching her leash, her rain-spotted sweater, the little ceramic bowl she refused to eat from unless he was nearby. The silence was unbearable, he wrote. That night, unable to sleep, he searched for something, anything. That's when he found MyDogDied.com. He read through stories from other grieving owners, each one a thread that wrapped around his pain, making it just a little more bearable. For the first time since it happened, Neil wrote, I felt like someone understood, like I wasn't crazy for missing her so much. It was a lifeline, Don. You don't know me, but you helped me breathe again. As I read his words, I had to pause. In this work, I read stories of loss every day, but each one is fresh, raw, and personal. Neil's grief is a reminder of how fragile the spaces we trust can be. A reminder that no matter how careful we are, life sometimes rushes in with a storm we can't control. I found myself picturing Astra in my mind, the rain-dancing little Pomeranian, eyes bright, tail high, utterly convinced she was 10 times her size. I imagined her darting through wet grass, droplets clinging to her fur, shaking herself off like she was made of light. And I thought about Neil, standing there in his jacket, smiling through the drizzle because Astra was teaching him, in her own way, that joy doesn't wait for the weather to change. Neil ended his letter with a promise. When the rain comes, I'll go outside. I'll stand in it for a minute, no matter how cold. I'll do it for her. That, I think, is how we carry them with us. Not by holding on to the pain, but by letting their joy live on in the things they loved most. So tonight, Neil, when the Oregon skies open again, as they surely will, I hope you feel her there. A little shadow streaking across the grass, laughing in the language only you understood. And if anyone else reading this is hurting the way Neil is, I want you to know, you are not alone here. Your grief is real. Your love was real. And somewhere in the small, stubborn beauty of memory, your dog is still dancing in the rain.
Your love for your pet never fades, and neither should your support. If you're grieving, don't go through it alone. Visit MyDogDied.com. or call us at 8559252658 and connect with those who truly understand. Healing starts here. Remember, if you like this video, please support us with a like, subscribe, and share. If you have a story that you would like to tell us, your dog stories at MyDogDied.com at gmail.com.